My insurance totaled my limited edition car and they wanted to pay me $5,000 for it. But this is a story of what happened and how my car got totaled. This car is one of 1,500 Infiniti G37 IPLs. This had the specific metallic purple color to it. It also has red interior and it just looks phenomenal. Now, quick disclaimer. I know this is not an AMG Black Series. So all the people in the comments about to say like,
this guy's talking like he's a Corvette owner and this and that.
No, I understand the value of this car, but I also understand that it is a rare spec. And a lot of people don't know about these. They just think it's a base model G37. So me and my wife were just driving. It was actually our 1-year anniversary. And the one special thing about this car is this was actually our getaway car. And I built this car from the ground up. I learned how to repaint the whole car. I painted the brakes. I did a full bolt-on setup on this car, custom exhaust, did all the carbon fiber trim in here. I did some wrapping on these interior trim pieces, did the steering wheel, carbon paddle shifters. Besides being one of my first attainable dream project cars and getting married in this, the unfortunate day did come. I wasn't speeding, I wasn't drifting, I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was literally going the speed limit, specifically where we live. We have a lot of woods and brush. We're just cruising. I was probably going like 40 miles an hour. And all of a sudden this big white dog just comes out of nowhere, like completely out of nowhere. And I missed him. So I kind of swerved a little bit, kind of got off just a little bit off the road and I missed him. And in my mind for a split second, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm a Formula One driver. Like I totally reacted quick. It was fast and I missed him. And I told my wife, I was like, I missed the dog. Within 2 or 3 seconds, another dog came out and it was a black dog. And he just collided straight into the front end. I'm guessing he was probably chasing the other dog. Very unfortunate. For a split second, I thought everything was okay and I let my guard down, but he just went straight towards the front end of the car. I stopped my car for a second, processed what just happened. I turned around, checked on the dog. He was gone. So I felt really sad. But at the same time, I was glad that he wasn't half alive because then that would be so sad to like see a dog that's crying, you know? And it's like, what do you do then, right? I looked at the dog and I was like, all right, I got to try to find the owner. And I asked, hey, does anybody know this dog? Does anybody claim him? And nobody claimed the dog. Nothing you could really do. I tried to look for a tag, didn't see a tag or any phone number or anything like that. So that was that. My coolant was leaking on the car. It wasn't the biggest leak, so I was able to drive home a few minutes away and I made it safely with my wife. Now it was time to deal with insurance and I was very nervous about how this would all go. Would they cover me? Would they not? Would they care at all? These were just things that were running through my mind and I did not want to do this, but I had to just bite the bullet and go for it. And for all of you wondering what the damage is like, whole front bumper got destroyed, radiator was cooked, but looks like our overall frame and support is good. And he kind of hit here and then he obviously damaged some of this and then he flew out the back. My car is kind of low too, so there was no way of missing him. So after waiting a day, processing everything that happened, I finally contacted my insurance. So I filed a claim and got the process started. And overall, it was pretty easy to file the claim. I took a picture, I took some videos of what happened, explained the whole situation, and they started the process. After about 2 days, they responded back to me. I got my certain representative who contacted me, and we started working on from there. Basically, what needed to happen was I needed to get my car towed to the closest auto body shop, and they have different types. You could either recommend your own body shop or they have their certified body shops that they always work with. And so I brought my car to a Caliber collision place. They have places kind of all across the US. I was very surprised because when I walked in, I talked with one of the workers there and he said, this car most likely will be totaled. And I could not believe that he said my car having just front bumper damage, no radiator, that would be totaled. And the way he described it to me was that most of these cars, the parts like the front bumper, especially the IPL bumper, they get it from certain stores that they collaborate with. And it's only from those specific places. So I recommend like Z1 Motorsports, right? They have IPL front bumpers that you can buy. And he said, no, they don't buy from them. So it had to be from certain dealers that they buy from. And most of these dealers don't produce these front bumpers that are over 10 years old. And they quoted $7,500 just to fix the front end of the car. And I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. So I decided to chill for a week, and they eventually got back to me. And what they said was the car was a total loss. I couldn't believe it, but then I had to talk to my representative from my insurance, and he said, we're gonna offer you a whopping $5,000 for your car. And I told him, go kick rocks, because I know my car is worth way more than $5,000. I babied it, I took really good care of it. It was really nice. Eventually, I found out that they actually made a mistake in their evaluation. You see, when they're doing the estimation, they go through how the car was before and then what the damage is right now. And then they also use comparable vehicles. So they'll send you a document that will basically describe different cars. They'll use different cars in your area, and they'll say, okay, this car is this many miles, it's this same year, and it's selling for this much at a dealership. Well, the problem was they used the wrong cars. They used an Infiniti, but they used a Journey model or an X all-wheel drive or another X all-wheel drive. So they were using the wrong car. They should have been using my IPL, which is gonna be priced differently as well. So I decided to dispute and go against it and try to see if I could get a better offer. $5,000 was not gonna cut it. I decided to write a 14-page report to dispute their offer of $5,000, and I sent it back to my rep. 14 pages later, I described that this was a rare limited edition model, especially with the red interior, and it was a Malbec black model, so it was very rare. It was clean title, and then I posted some market evidence. And this is what is the most important part. If you're ever doing a dispute, make sure you post market evidence. You post actual vehicles that have sold, because basically the insurance companies will look at them and they will base your car. These are your comparables that you're sending to them. And so I sent them a few that had a much higher sticker price with less miles. I sent like 10 different options. And these were cars that had like salvage titles. They had different problems with them. And so my car being $5,000 was not gonna cut it when these cars had a lot more mileage and they were selling for a lot more. Then I put aftermarket improvements. Now, some of you are gonna say, aftermarket parts never count. Your insurance will never pay for them, because it was totally worth it that I put down my aftermarket parts. I put down the receipts. I told them exactly how much I paid for it. Then I just said, I just wanted a fair offer for my car. And so after sending this out to my rep, in a few days, he responded back to me, and he actually gave me 2 offers. The first offer was they would just send me a check straight to my bank account, and it was a number that I was very happy with, and it was way over $5,000, and they would take the car and they would sell it eventually on auction. Or option 2, a buyback. And how that works is I basically would pay $1,250 to get my car back from insurance, and they would send me a check, right? This new first offer that they would send, but they would subtract $1,250 from it. So I would get a check from that first new offer, and I could have my car back. And now the options are kind of everywhere. I could part out the car, I could sell the car as is, I could rebuild it, I could do whatever I want to the car. So it was a win-win, and obviously I took option 2. Buyback is a steal, especially the price that they gave me. I actually couldn't believe it. I eventually got my car towed back to me. Now it has a salvage title, which is unfortunate, but a lot of people have been commenting on my Instagram and my YouTube shorts, and they've been saying, rebuild it, do a turbo kit, go crazy, force induction. Some people have mentioned you should just part it out and you'll make a ton of money that way. So what's next for the IPL? Well, I decided I'm gonna rebuild the car, and I'm gonna take it back to its stock form. And then I'm going to take all my nice parts that I've had on this car, and I'm gonna do something very special with it. I'm very excited because I have something very cool in the works right now, and it's actually something you guys don't have a single clue about. I promise you guys will want to stay tuned. So this is my story of my first accident that happened with my limited edition Infiniti G37 IPL. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next one.